afternoon. That's what it is here now. Late afternoon, not quite evening yet. Just Mama J. Oh, that was Scott kissing the past. And there he goes again. Hello, Scott. Ooh, he said hello back. Anyway, he's walking back and forth down to his man cage, or I should say, young man cave, because, that's what he is to me, a young fellow, okay? My grandson, okay? So, welcome back to Mama J's Country Gardening. I'm in the dining room. Oh, here he comes again. Going down to my former indoor gardening area in the basement that I told you he converted into his graphic design center or something like that. Yeah, so it's all right. It's all good. This is what we do, This is what we do for our loved ones. We give them the best that we possibly can. At least that's my motto. And I expect the best that they possibly can as well out of them. So, but anyway, welcome back to Mama J's Country Gardening. Today is April the 7th, 2025. Today is. On April the 6th, 2025, which was yesterday, we were talking about potatoes and sweet potatoes. Okay? And just so you know, they're different, although they both say potatoes, they're different. Sweet potatoes are in the family of the marigold. It's a vine plant. And it acts like one too. It gives you beautiful, colorful flowers, letting you know, hey, I'm making sweet potatoes down there. Yeah. But in the meantime, you can look at these beautiful flowers that I'm producing. The vines grow long, real long. Okay? Some can be as long as 25 feet. Yeah, can be as long as 25 feet. But anyway, some can be 8 feet. Okay? If you want to know more about that, I suggest you Google it or go in the library and read up on it. But do your research. Okay? But sweet potatoes are in the marigold family. And potatoes, regular potatoes are in the tomatoes family. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how that works out. It really is. Okay, I gotta pause you for a moment. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm sorry for that pause that I made. But I got to tell you something here. I have received an important phone call, and it went into a long conversation. And when we talk about God and we talk about faith and believers, it can grow into a really long conversation because there's a lot to talk about. Because one thing we know is God is good. And so he's worth the conversation. So that's how that was going. As we continue to try to teach those who just don't seem to have the understanding of how good God is. So that's why he has us to be the witnesses and the deliverer of the good news. So I'm sorry for that, but I just want to say I'm going to talk about this sweet potato, and I don't know how I can get you to see them down in this. I'm trying to figure out how to get you to see what's in here. Let me try this way. Let me see. Okay. I think you can see them down in there. Okay. They're in this water. There they are. So they've been soaking. It was going to be 24 hours, but now it's more like, more like 27 hours. Okay, but it's all right. Here they are. My 2 sweet potato seeds and the little tiny gifts that came along with it. I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm going to plant them too. I really am. So the water's gotten kind of brown, but it's okay. So this is what I'm going to do now. The second part, this is part 2, it's going to be short, dry my hands, is I'm going to, I took this container right here in the tub. You can see what's in it down here. I have Happy Fall potting soil in here. The same potting soil that I use to start up my seedlings, when I planted this is my seedlings, right? When I potted them up with potting soil, right? I potted them up, I put potting soil in there, and I had other nutrients in there too. Okay? Now, I have that same Happy Frog in here now. Right? There it is. That's potting soil. But I also have bone meal. That's what's in here, the white particles there. That's bone meal. Okay? And so I'm going to mix this all together because this is what I want to do to help form my roots. And now this is not going to go to waste. I'm going to tell you this right now. Because when I receive, 2 things. When I receive my next shipment of sweet potatoes, okay, I ordered some from Journey, and I ordered some from Wood Prairie Family Farm. So they will be coming in, and you know, I'll use their soil for this. And when I finish with this soil is going to go in my planter container that I'm going to use to grow my sweet potatoes. It will not go to waste. And bone meal will be in my planter. So what I'm doing here, I'm just mixing this all up. So I have this really big container. It doesn't have holes in the bottom. I don't need any holes because my sweet potatoes are going to be creating roots and slits. And that's another thing I'll show you. But that takes about, it'll take about 2 weeks maybe for slits to grow. And slits is what's going to create the sweet potatoes. Yeah, they make vines. Now, according to the instructions that the box of sweet potatoes was in, says each potato will make about 20 slips. Well, I have 2 potatoes here. So this says they can make 20 slits each. Well, really, honestly, you can make more than 20 slits per sweet potato. Because each slit can be created into more slits. We'll talk about that later. Okay? What we're going to do now is lay, and I know you figured that's a pretty big container Mama gave for those 2 little things. Yeah, well, that's all right. That's okay. Because I'm going to use it. I didn't have anyone smaller than this. But it's okay. It's not going to waste. Okay? So, here's my sweet potato. And right now, there's a little root that came off here, right here, it's right there. But that was there when I purchased. Okay. So I soaked this for more than 24 hours, but make it a little more easier for just kind of for the roots to come through. I'm going to take this potato. I'm just going to, I think you can see me through the container. I'm just going to put it down. I'm going to really push it all the way down in here. Okay? Now, here's my second one. Okay? And it has a little root coming off it too. Wow. They want to do something. They really do. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it right here. Right here. I'm going to push it all the way down. Okay? Well, that wasn't hard. But I got a little teeny tiny one here. And I'm going to keep this little teeny tiny one because let's see what it's going to do. And maybe I'll just put it right here. I just don't want to lose it. So I'm going to put it in there. I'd be curious to know what that's going to do. So it's in there and it's really buried. I thought there was another teeny tiny one. Here it is. Here's the other tiny one. I'm going to put this in here too. I'm just going to put it right over on this side. Right here. So they're in there. I'm going to dry my hands. Okay, so potatoes are wet. And they're going to get used to being wet. All right, now, I have a bottle of water here. I'm going to wet my soil. I'm already going to get soda there. You know how important water is here. Okay? That's all I did. And now I'm going to cover it over. Some people don't cover it over. Some people leave it open like that. It's just down in the soil. But I'm going to cover mine over, okay? I'm going to cover it over. Bury it in. Bury that little tiny one down there somewhere. And cover this in too. Oh, this one over here. Okay? Cover it over. And I'll keep you up to date on this when I'll get back to you when I start seeing green come up. Okay, when something starts surfacing. Okay. Now, I'm going to get some more water. I'm going to put it on top of here. Oh, wait. I got water in this jug. Duh. Don't want to waste anything in my pot. So. And I'm not going to waste that water because I'm going to keep it for when I water this again. Now the humidity, and I want to put this out because they like sunlight. Sweet potatoes like sunlight. They love sunlight. But they like to be comfortable. Are y'all comfortable now? I think it is. I learned this from Lord, don't let me forget. I learned this from old Alabama gardener. That's what I want to say. Old Alabama gardener. And that's one way he did it. He didn't use bone meal in here, but he just put it in, just soil. in a container. I learned this from Deep South Homestead. And I'm doing this my way. So, Old Alabama Gardener, I learned some steps from. Haas Tools, I learned some steps from. What's it? In My Gardener, Old Alabama Gardener, Haas Tools, and Deep South Homestead. And then I made this up to be my way. Okay? I have gotten slips where they have been gifted to me, and I just started it like, just put them down into my container, shrivel them up, and let them grow. Okay? But now I'm doing this from creating the slips all the way through. So I'm thinking I may not be placing these sweet potatoes in the container for which they will grow, the slips into the container for where they will grow, until about late May. And today is April the 7th, 2025. So there's a whole process involved here. You gotta have patience. So I soak my sweet potato seeds in water for more than 24 hours. Okay? And now I have them in this container right here for them to root, okay, to grow slits, okay? And I can continue to reuse these potatoes and get the slits out and then let these potatoes make me some more slits. I can just keep making them. So when it says at least 20 you can get, each potato will make 20 slits. It can really make more than 20 slits. Yeah, I think so anyway. So, it will get humidity in here, which is why we have top one. It'll keep the soil moist. It's going to encourage the growth of the slips. Okay? So that's all we're going to talk about with sweet potatoes today. And you saw me with my Tylenol Precise. This is new. Tell me if you've ever used this before. I saw this in the pharmacy today. I went and, I had trouble, like so many other people, with my knees, arthritis, and down my hip. But it's not going to stop me from gardening, because I got 8-hour Tylenol, and I have my leg support that balloon thing that goes on my legs, and I have pillows that I can prop under my legs. I am not going to be discouraged from gardening. Oh yeah. This body better go ahead on with that, because as long as I can get something to give me my relief, I'm going to be out there. Anyway, so I found this on the shelf. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just sharing it with you. They had 3 different types. I picked the one that said warming, pain relieving cream with lidocaine, 4%, Tylenol Precise. It says fast acting, targeted, penetrating pain relief with rollerball on it. Okay, that's right there. Tell me if you've ever used this. Okay, it can be used for backs and shoulders, legs and hips, knees, elbows, and ankles, and small joints. And this one says warming. All right. That's what I'm going to be putting on me, because I'm feeling something today. God bless you. Thank you for hanging out with me in Mama J's Country Gardening. This is part 2 of sweet potatoes. Now, I will do a part 2 for potatoes. Yeah. But yesterday I did part 1 for potatoes and sweet potatoes. I told you about that. But today is part 2 of sweet potatoes. Okay? All right.
God bless you. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. And thank you for hanging out at Mama Gabe's Country Gardening.